Oh, dude, we have to talk about the Twitter adding account based in India.
What a great day to have ears. I just heard something incredible. Typically, I'm pretty quick to spit on Twitter. If there was a leaderboard for Twitter haters, I imagine I'd be towards the top percentile there. I get up extra early to insult that platform.
I'm so happy that Twitter did this. I'm pretty sure the chief of product was the guy who installed this new feature. Who cares? I'll give Twitter credit in general for this whole thing because for once, and I say for once because it has been a lot of L's, right? I mean, they've opened up the doors for free speech in a lot of ways, and I have to be thankful for that because I am someone who talks for a living. But this change has been, oh my God, it's been so revealing. Basically, in case you don't know, and I'll give the context, I'm sure Moist Critical will as well, but on Twitter for a long time, what you'd be able to do is give your account a location, right? You say that you're from like Miami or from fucking New York or wherever, right? And there was no actual way to prove if that was true or not. And a lot of accounts can just be anonymous, which is fine. Anonymity is a good thing, but total anonymity I think can be deceptive for a lot of reasons because you can have specifically a large trend that took place on Twitter where accounts that were talking about fighting for like Western values or talking about Western women or role-playing as Trump supporters were actually based in India or in South Asia. And it's just, I hate LARPers so much. And this update just kills LARPers because if ever you see a post of someone fawning, drooling out the mouth for Trump, and the account is nameless, faceless, and posts like 10, 15 times a fucking hour, there's a good chance if you go to that account now and you check the about, it says account based in like India or some random part of the world that isn't America.
But I've got to give credit where credit is due. They just implemented an amazing system that allows users to see where accounts were created, like where they're based out of. And I genuinely think this is one of the best.
Retard Finder was the funniest. Turns out he's from Australia and turned his profile picture upside down. Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah, I've seen Retard Finder. Retard Finder for the longest time people thought was Elon actually. So
changes that platform has seen, especially in the current day and age. I'm sure by now all of you are familiar with dead internet theory. I probably don't need to rehash that. I've even made a whole video going over it. This kind of change to that platform, I think, paints the clearest picture for the reality that we live in for the current cyberspace climate. Tons and tons of accounts that are preaching things about like American politics or this and that have now been outed as being foreign-based, not actually American. And of course, that's only one of many things that have spawned.
Before we dive back in, here's something you can actually do when you're bored. Play games and get paid for it. If you click the link in my description or scan the QR code on screen, you can sign up for freecash.com right now and start earning. It's simple. You create an account with your email and password. It takes seconds. Inside, you'll see a wall of games and offers. Pick one you actually enjoy, play through the levels, and the cash lands straight into your free cash account. It's like turning your downtime into a side hustle without even noticing. Some people pull in 10 to 20 bucks a day, but if you put in the effort, you can earn a hell of a lot higher. If you spend a couple dollars in game, you can hit the levels faster, which lets you unlock the bigger offers and payouts. That's how some users end up earning hundreds or even $500 or more on certain offers. You don't have to spend anything. You can stick to the free offers and still cash out. The whole point is that instead of just sitting there and scrolling, you're making money and playing at the same time. When it's time to cash out, you got options. You got PayPal and gift cards. So if you're curious, hit the link in my description or scan the QR code on screen. Sign up for free. Start playing for cash in your spare time. And when you use my link or QR code, you'll also get a bonus $5 to kick things off. Another thing, and I'm sure he'll get into this, and I found this so fucking gross and disturbing, is random people from like the Middle East or from India are finding high school pictures of random white girls or AI generating them and LARPing as being high school aged hot white women to get attention from people on the internet. Like random fucking people in like Pakistan and India or wherever on Twitter pretending to be 18-year-old white women and like spamming these tweets like
Where would you take me on our first date? Dude, what the fuck? It's so weird. It is so weird. And it is a tale as old as time. We've seen this since the dawn of the internet. You know, predators have been doing this stuff like skinwalking other people. But I tell you, bro, it is so weird. It's so weird now going through some of these accounts because they're all getting unmasked like Scooby-Doo. You go to the timeline, you'll see a quote tweet. Yo, check where this account's based. You go to the account, it's like, sweet Melissa. And you go to the account, you go to the about. It's like, you're from Lebanon? You're from South Sudan? Really? You're like a 15-year-old white woman who looks like she's from Rhode Island. I don't know if that's really true. Very disturbing.
And as a result of this change, all of which I think are extremely positive to real people that try and engage on the...
I have not seen a single American upset about this update. That's all I'm going to say. I haven't seen one single white American patriot actually upset about this update. Everyone who's upset had something to fucking hide. That tells you a lot about the state of Twitter. A lot of grifters, a lot of liars, a lot of people pretending to be something they're not. And I think that's fucking pathetic, you know? One thing I'm happy about is, you know, when I face revealed, there was nothing to hide. It's like I'm just some average person. I'm an average good-looking white guy. Right? That's it. That's all there is for me. You know, I'm not super special. I don't have that many talents or gifts, but I'm not sitting here acting like I'm a fucking Spartan, you know, on some conquest to get Trump elected like some of these random guys tweeting out of mud straw huts are.
World Wide Web. Every single day, and I've gone over the stats before, but every single day, people are led to believe that they're interacting with one another when they go to a social platform like Twitter. But the reality is, according to the data, 60% of all internet activity is bots. It's not real. It's fraudulent. You are not
60%?
interacting with a human, most likely. You are more likely to be interacting with just some kind of fucking rage bait algorithm or something that's constantly, like, poking you, pushing your buttons to keep you engaged because it's making them money somewhere in the pipeline. Now, to clear up some confusion, it's not doxing its users. I've seen a lot of people crying foul, trying to force feed farts down people's throats about...
Bro, it's your country. If your country has a population of like fucking 3, then maybe it's doxing. But if it's got a population in the millions or even in the hundreds of thousands, that doesn't really narrow it down. Like if you're the one guy tweeting from Poop Island, then yeah, I'm sorry, bro, you've been found out. But most people, like if you're in India, dude, like yeah, you're doxed. Why? Because like you're one of what, like 8 billion people who live in India or something.
Like how this is a huge violation of trust. And I think you guys know me by now. I'm someone who preaches the value of privacy, which is unfortunately just completely dead in the modern day and age. No matter what you do, privacy has completely vanished at this point, and people have welcomed it with a smile on their face. So even though privacy has become basically just toilet paper for organizations to wipe their ass with,
that's true.
I do still think that there needs to be something users can do to stay, you know...
But you have to balance personal privacy with societal understanding and honesty, right? Like, there's a difference between hiding things that would protect yourself and then hiding things to hurt others, right? That's so obvious. Like, these deceptive accounts that are trying to hide where they're from so they can LARP as literal, like, young white girls or, you know, adult Trump supporters or people like that. It's not because, like, they are trying to protect themselves. They have to do basically legal identity fraud. That's ridiculous.
Off the grid to some...
They could release your first and last name and location in India and still not have doxed them. Why? Because they have a lot of repeat names.
To a certain extent. But when it comes to this, I actually think Twitter did a pretty good job of ensuring that it's not actually putting their users at risk from this location data. Something that they made a mention of is that in countries where freedom of speech is limited and there could be like punishment for what users are saying in the region, they can instead just show like the broader region there as opposed to like specifically where they're at, where they could face retribution. I think that is a smart decision there, so that way users aren't just...
Yeah, it says South Asia for some of them, right?
Immediately on the fucking chopping block in places where freedom of speech is poo-pooed. So like, I don't really think it's doxing users, and I actually think this is a very valuable thing because all these accounts now that are really upset about it are ones that are actively trying to meddle and pretend to be what they are not online to influence or brainwash or what have you, or make money off of this impersonation. And I think this is a good step in a direction where people can finally see what's real and what's fake.
Yeah.
I think that is very helpful. As things get muddier and muddier, a little bit of clarity on some of these accounts, especially in the political space, that's been the biggest talking point here.
Yeah.
Because so many politically charged accounts, especially in American politics, turns out they're not actually even American accounts. Turns out they're not even like Americans in general. They're based overseas across the pond. So being able to see that, I think, is extremely helpful, so people can start to maybe break out of their bubbles and their echo chambers and realize, oh, I'm being misled here. These accounts I've been following that are pretending to be like me.
I completely agree. It's going to be a moment where people step back and they might reconsider the sort of content they're consuming if they realize that it's from people that they share nothing in common with. That it's from people that are just trying to make a quick buck off of them from engagement. Yeah, I completely agree. Yeah, right? Because, like, think about it like this. If there's some guy who literally is, like, living in a country where their laws are not compatible with Western values and democracy, you know, talking about all sorts of things like, you know, LARPing as and skinwalking as some sort of person who shares everything in common with them, that's total deception, right?
And relate to me in my country, well, they're not actually real. This is all phony baloney. Now, what's not phony baloney is good hygiene, and it's something you need to take very seriously.
I wonder how much money they get or why they really do it. So Twitter doesn't pay, like, it's not good or bad. Like, the thing that it's hard to say because it's fucking Twitter, right? So you write something, it's like 5 words long, and you're getting paid for it. So you can say it doesn't really pay well. Well, it's like, well, what are you actually doing? You're writing garbage or you're stealing memes or something, right? So if it paid well, I think we'd have a bigger problem. But if you get like 100 million views, you'll probably get like $10,000, which is a lot of money. That's $10K for a Twitter post is a fuckload of money. So, I mean, if you're, you know, posting like Save the West bullshit while living in like, you know, India or Pakistan, and you're getting like 100 million views a month, it's like $10K a month. It's not bad.
The best way to improve
And it's not even like a job, so.
your hygiene is some high quality soap, so not pulse of fucking everything happening online. I'm talking about Cheeky. Using any creator code, so go change from Dole and Darkest.
What's this?
Now, I learned about this whole Twitter change from Dole and Darkest, whom he's been like my go-to recently. He has got his finger on the pulse of fucking everything happening online, and he presented a lot of really interesting ones, so I want to show you a couple of clips from his video here.
Pro-Trump, pro-American accounts were based out of Nigeria. One account, simply called American, from Pakistan. Accounts designed to get money for Gaza were based out of Nigeria. Vladimir Putin News was from Pakistan. And there were plenty of scammers pretending to be white women.
I feel like it shouldn't be that surprising to people that a lot of these accounts are actually just fucking bot farms somewhere overseas. It seems like a lot of them were based in Pakistan. Like, it really isn't like the most eye-opening news ever that these accounts are fake. There is a business here where they are fanning flames, keeping people fearful, latched onto their titty, suckling their milk because it's making them money. So they meddle in foreign affairs in order to build a following and make money off of it, and constantly feeding you things that'll keep you afraid and keep you coming back to their pages. But it's not real. They are based outside of the area for which they so passionately fight for and pretend to be from. It is impersonating. It is lying to you.
One account known as Lisa Artist posting "Nobody wished me on my birthday" and posting this AI slop saying "I am ill and fighting with cancer. Can I get..."
What the fuck? What? Do people really believe this? This looks like it was generated like 3 years ago. This is Will Smith eating spaghetti tier AI. Oh my god. I'm ill and fighting with... Bro, this is terrible. No. Why would she be wearing this? Why does she have wings? She's like sitting crisscross applesauce. She's ill and fighting cancer, but she's fucking smiling. Maybe don't make her smiling seductively on the camera. You used the wrong prompt for the expression, dingus. Lisa Artist. Remember, you keep mixing up your porn AI script with your I have cancer and need money script. Yeah, she doesn't look ill at all, dude.
Likes. There were plenty more bot accounts just like this, and they were all based in Pakistan.
To be fair, if you were seeing all of those AI trash pictures there and were...
Like, to be fair, though, like, if your algorithm was that in the first place, I feel terrible because you're so gullible and deceptive. They probably made so much money off you.
Still, like, believing that they were the legitimate owner of the account, you need actual help. Like, you need to be fucking institutionalized.
Yeah.
Like, even before this changed,
Well, they could just be old people. I think old people are obviously so, like, new to the AI stuff that they're just designed to be scammed. Like, I'm probably going to be a victim of a scam in, like, 10, 20 years by the time this technology, you know, goes through metamorphosis and becomes, like, the best version of itself. I'm going to get fucked. I'm going to lose everything.
it should be blatantly obvious to you that that is a scam.
She has a wheelchair because she can't stand Pakistan.
Those are fake. Like, that, like, I don't know how much more clear it could be. But here's even more clarity there. So just in case you were fucking delusional, like, you know, Bugs Bunny dropped a piano or like an anvil on your head like it was a cartoon and it made you fucking stupid that you actually thought those were really the women behind those accounts. Well, hopefully this will clear up the confusion around that.
Mariah Carey's account was based in Israel for some reason.
What? Whoa! Mariah?
Philippa Franson from Sweden tweeting out, "I'm proud to be white." Philippa Franson from Sweden tweeting out, "I'm proud to be white." Turns out they are from India. And the list goes on. One anti-Trump
Sir!
Democrat account that claimed to be living in New Jersey was actually from Kenya and deactivated their account after this was exposed.
Worth mentioning briefly that there was allegations that when the update first rolled out, the official Department of Homeland Security's Twitter account said that it was based in Israel.
That's what we call a Freudian slip. That's what we call an oopsie doopsie.
Though they said that this was fake news, like it was the result of a glitch or something like that, and now it displays that it's based in the United States. Though don't know for sure, and none of the articles have been able to verify if that truly was what was displayed in the beginning. I guess we'll never fully know, but thought it was worth putting in here anyway because it was something that was a big story that arose from this change. It's been pure chaos, pandemonium, as users have the rude awakening that a ton of these accounts they see every day, or maybe even interact with, or maybe really support, well, they're not all that you thought they were. Turns out there's a lot of underhanded tactics and a lot of shadiness going on here, if you can believe that. I actually think that the head of product at Twitter really did kind of sum it up best for why they felt the need to push a change like this forward. This is an important first step to securing the integrity of the global town square. As much as I find that vomit-inducing that they try and call Twitter like the global town square,
It is,
like it's
though.
kind of cringe, that's a really good point. In order, like, if you are going to treat it like the town square where everyone congregates and talks and yaps and exchanges a lot of things, keeps everyone abreast on what's going on, well, there needs to be some level of trust, and that's just completely gone as the town square has been infiltrated by bad actors impersonating and pretending and scamming and misleading.
Yeah.
So by having the location data be something accessible to the users, it is an effective first step at being able to deduce who actually is even a real person in this town square anymore.
Yes.
Or who's just here to exploit and manipulate and scam and mislead.
I think one of the most insane multi-layered scams to come out of this. Last year, a few OnlyFans accounts went viral on Twitter because the models were pretending to be trans in order to get attention when they
What? The fuck is this?
actually viral on Twitter because the models were pretending to be trans in order to get attention when they were actually cis women. Well, as it turns out, these OnlyFans
They kinda
models
look trans.
were actually Indian and African men pretending to be white women who were pretending to be transgender.
What? That is the craziest string of words I've ever fucking heard.
When they were actually cis women. Well, as it turns out, these OnlyFans models were actually Indian and African men pretending to be white women who were pretending to be transgender.
Okay, but can we just admit that that's actually genius for a second? Like, I'll sit here and I'll say, yeah, you know, that's maybe not ethical. Oh, it's not ethical. Yeah, be a good person. Yeah, we should all be good people. But these people are so far from hearing that message. That's smart because everyone sees the two cis women pretending to be trans and they're like, oh my God, that's disgusting. You're pretending to be trans so that you can fetish bait people into paying for your content. But the whole time, it's these two genius African guys who are like, wait, well, we know we can make them so mad thinking that that's the only bad thing we're doing that they're not even going to consider that we're bots, that we're just two dudes, like actually two dudes. That's so fucking smart! Dude, that is awesome, bro. I don't care. That's actually really intelligent. Like, what if I just sit like this while we talk about this topic? I think that's real, because I hope they made a lot of money doing that, because they deserve it. It's like rage bait plus porn bait plus, it's so demented, but it worked.
One had to be the silliest one that he brought up there. That one is just kind of like a wacky plan. That is quite the scheme there. So, like I said, I actually do think this is a good change to the platform. I really do. So yeah, I just wanted to yap about it a little bit. That's it. So yeah.
Good shit, Moist MK Ultra, Moist Critical Ultra. I appreciate that love. I don't know why I'd said that, but he's my... I want to kiss you, Moisty. I want to make you moist. Can I make you moist? Is that okay? Anyway, great video, bro. It's crazy. Yeah, it's getting weird. It's going to get weird, and it's going to get probably better. People are going to get unmasked. There's going to be some weird shit going on. But yeah, W video.